Hi, I'm Phil Simchich. Welcome to this video where I'll be introducing my management consulting firm, SME Business Wealth Builder Corporation. Yes, that's a long name. My firm was specifically created to help established B2B companies, so the CEOs and the founders, to overcome common challenges. Common challenges today: attracting and retaining talent, growth in any economic conditions, attracting and retaining customers, and negotiating with customers and suppliers. If you want to improve your business and operational performance during these economic times, then we can help. Our firm offers a range of services that are customized for you to help your firm succeed and grow during these challenging economic times. Now, why did I start my consulting firm and why should you listen to me? When I was a teenager growing up, my parents and aunt and uncle were civil servants and they were looking at a retirement project. So they bought a seasonal hotel that only operated full-time 2 months of the year. Interest rates were 23%. The accountant said, don't buy it because it doesn't make any money. And the accountant was right. It didn't make any money. We had huge financial stress. We were working hard just to pay the bank and the interest at 23%. The company made no money. We had lots of financial stress, lots of emotional stress. And those traumatic times led me to become a CPA so that I could provide financial advice to business owners. After 2 years of being a CPA, I shifted from looking at historical financial statements in the rearview mirror to looking out the windshield and helping companies craft and implement their future visions. Since I started that future focus, I've got my MBA, I've become a certified management consultant, and I'm also certified by the Institute of Corporate Directors. I've worked in 63 industry segments, hundreds of companies in 7 countries around the world. So I've got lots of industry experience and real world experience to bring to the table and discuss with you and help you and your business to grow. And often innovation happens at the periphery of where your industry might meet some characteristics of another industry, and then we generate new ideas. All our work is highly, highly collaborative. I am not the professor in this relationship. I am more like a coach and sometimes a playing coach to help you implement. So the first service and the most important service that we offer is developing and implementing growth strategies. So we offer management consulting services that help you clarify your top 2 or 3 strategic goals. And I find many times companies have too many goals, or one division has one goal and another division has another goal. Those goals aren't in sync. And worst case scenario, the company could actually be working against itself, and that's not positive. So what we do is we create focus and alignment across your entire company at the executive level so that everybody is rowing in the same direction, but clearly focused on the top 2 or 3 goals. And our process is very unique. We help you identify those top 2 or 3 important strategic initiatives. What are the potential obstacles to achieving them? What are the critical success factors that you must get right to ensure success? What resources do you have? And then collaboratively, like I mentioned, this is all collaboration. We create action plans with metrics that empower your people to take progress on a weekly basis, measure results on a weekly basis, so we can very quickly adjust as necessary, leverage the strengths and the winners, and then make adjustments. Another service we offer is creating succession plans. And the important thing when creating a succession plan is to know, are we creating a succession plan for ownership? Are we creating it for management? It is very difficult to do both at once. It's much easier to start with management. However, if you're looking at exiting your company in the very near future, then we definitely need to start with ownership to make sure those structures are in place. And ownership is primarily about tax and legal ownership structures, but it's also about maximizing the valuation of your company. So what your entire company is worth. Now, if you don't need to be there and you've exited from management, it's very viable for you to retain ownership, but we want to make sure the management team is really strong and that you're getting the performance metrics that give you comfort, because you've got a lot riding on this. It's still your company. And so we'll work together to define whether it's ownership or management or both. Another service we offer is establishing governance structures. So as you grow larger and larger, it's important to have good governance. If you have a formal board of directors, so they have a fiduciary responsibility in the US to act in the best interest of the shareholders. And in Canada, that interest is to act in the best interest of the corporation. So those are slightly different. If you have an advisory board, There's no formal fiduciary duty to act in the best interest of the shareholders or the corporation, and the advisory board can be there, as is a fiduciary board, to support the CEO and the executives, to bring expertise to the table, to hopefully bring connections and experience to the table that the CEO and the executive team may not have, but definitely can benefit from. So governance isn't just about creating a formal board of directors. It's really about strengthening the performance of the CEO and the executive team, identifying risk management, and improving overall growth strategies. So good governance definitely has a highly positive impact on your company. Another service we offer is helping your company obtain bank financing. Now, when you're growing quickly, bank financing can be the cheapest fuel that you can acquire. It is much cheaper than equity because you're not diluting ownership at all. It does require you to probably meet some covenants, which is certain ratios and performance. Those aren't there just to protect the bank. Those will also protect you from growing too quickly, because it's very common, if you're growing too quickly, to run out of cash. So it's very important when you're seeking bank financing that we have clear and predictable cash flow. The other thing to look for when you're seeking bank financing is to make sure that the type of financing matches the asset or the activity being financed. So the worst thing you could do would spend $300,000 or $400,000 on equipment right out of your cash bank balance, and then end up going to the bank because you have no cash and asking for a bigger line of credit, but you've already used it up. It would be much better to get a bank loan or a lease for that equipment and preserve your operating line for true working capital. So those are some of the services that we offer in helping you get the right bank financing, which, like I said, is the cheapest fuel for growth. We also offer CEO advisory services, which is really one-on-one coaching, and it also includes peer group coaching. We know it's lonely at the top. If you're the founder or the CEO, you don't have a lot of people to talk to about some of the really important and strategic decisions that you have to make without causing people to get overly excited or nervous. We understand that. So we can act as a sounding board. We bring our experience of 3 decades and working across 63 industry segments to help you make better decisions, evaluate your possibilities, minimize risk, and figure out what to do and how to do it in real time. For peer groups, we would put you in a non-competing, so you wouldn't have any direct competitors in a peer group, so you can benefit from advice from your peers. Those groups are facilitated by me, and we've held our peer groups in places like Washington, D.C., Whistler, British Columbia, and this year we're going to Iceland. I've written a lot about my experiences with different companies in different countries at different phases of growth in my books, The Business Wealth Builders, which I've co-written with Alan Weiss, and in Phil's Profit Points, which is also the name of my YouTube channel and my weekly newsletter. My firm is specifically designed to help you achieve successful, profitable growth that, very importantly, enhances the quality of your life, increases financial resources for you, for your retirement, for your investment portfolio, and increases the valuation of your company. So from the common everyday business challenges of attracting and retaining talent and customers and bank financing and negotiating with customers and suppliers, we can help you in a customized one-on-one approach. If you'd like more information, you can send me an email, philsprofitpoints@gmail.com, and you're also invited, you can click on the link to sign up for our free weekly Phil's Profit Points newsletter, and you'll also get a free chapter called The Vault, which is the financial management chapter and one of my favorite chapters, and definitely an excellent and very quick read.